Okay, so once again, welcome to the world according to Jason. I have decided that, I've been doing a lot of very funny things from the book. It's the book So You Think You Want My Job, 20 years in the industry. Hey, still got a couple copies left. If you're interested, just DM me and we'll figure it out, okay? But, so I decided I'm going to I've done like a lot of like crazier shit, so I figured not everything in life that happens in a tattoo shop or the piercing shop is actually crazy. In fact, most of it is just mundane, everyday type bullshit that you get utterly used to. But sometimes you have a few things that make you feel really good, So I've decided to combine two chapters in the book. All right, this would be in the book. It'd be chapter 11 and chapter 12. And these ones were just two situations that I felt were they made me feel really good and gave me hope for myself as not only just a man but as a human being. Um, so I'll go over the first lady. The first lady who came in one day, I was sitting in the shop and this lady came in. And she was pretty damn elderly, and she told me how she wanted to get her nipples pierced. Now, I'm not somebody who ever discriminates on age or anything like that. I used to have this one client that she was so old, she'd be like, what, all the time. And my buddy would hang out behind me with a phone ready to press 911 in case she actually passed away when I was tattooing her. Her husband was even older. But to the point, this woman came in and she said how she wanted her nipples pierced. So I went over jewelry with her and stuff like that. And she told me what she'd seen and what she'd looked at. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I went and I took her in the other room after we did everything and she paid. And, cleaned her, clean, mark, clean. Remember, clean, mark, clean. Cleaned her up, marked her, cleaned her. And then we did the piercings. Now, the jewelry that I put in, if I remember, she just wanted some, I think it was just barbells probably. But, I thought to myself, like, okay. I said, if you don't mind me asking, I know you're never supposed to ask a woman this, but how old are you? And she said, well, I'm 85. I said, 85 years young, huh? She said, yep, I'm 85. I said, wow, what made you want to get your nipples pierced? She said, well, about 50 years ago, I was looking through a magazine and I saw a person from another country that had their nipples pierced. And I thought to myself, wow, that is utterly beautiful. And I realized this woman had been thinking about getting her nipples pierced for 50 years. And I was like, wow. And she goes, and it's kind of one of my bucket list things. She goes, I always wanted to get them done. I've been thinking about it, like I said, for 50 damn years. And I wanted to get them done. And I said, wow, that's awesome. She goes, yeah. So she goes, I can cross it off the bucket list. She goes, because I'm going to be real. I don't know how much more time I got left on this earth. She goes, that, and I really want to fuck with my Undertaker. I broke out laughing. I mean, I couldn't help it. I was laughing my ass off. Here's this 85-year-old woman who said, first and foremost, she'd been thinking about them for 50 years. Second, that it was a bucket list situation for her because she said she didn't have much time left. And third, she just wanted to fuck with her Undertaker. And something like that. That's the type of thing that just makes me smile. She left utterly happy. And I'm going to be real. I'm still happy just thinking about it. I'm glad I got to be with her and help facilitate her on that aspect of her journey. And I don't know if she's still alive today. If she is, I hope she's rocking those nipple piercings in her nursing home or wherever she may be. Nothing but power to her. The second one was another older lady. Now this one was 83 years young. So, 2 years younger. This is more of a little bit more of a spring chicken than the last one, right? Now she was 83 years old and she decided she wanted to get her nipples done as well. And she came into there and, of course I went over everything with her, the jewelry aspects, all of that. And then we're like, okay, cool. So we go in and of course, what? Clean, mark, clean. Remember, like we said before, got her all marked out, did everything, got all set up. I did the piercings. Then you know what? She took it like a champ. She was just like, oh. I'm like, oh, deep breath in, slow down. She goes, oh, it wasn't so bad. I'm like, no, it never really is. She goes, I've had a lot worse, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. She goes, yeah, I've lived through depression and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, yeah, that's fucking true. So I pierced her up, and her husband's there. Now, this old man's all like, hunched over, barely able to fucking move type shit. He's like, just had this old Brooklyn accent, randomly, yeah, whatever, boy, type thing, just an old man. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna ask. I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna ask him. I said, so what made you decide to get your nipples pierced? At 83 years old. She said, well, I've been thinking about it for a while. And I told her, I said, yeah, I had a client who was 85 and told me she'd been thinking about it for 50 years. She goes, well, I'm not that quite long. She goes, maybe 30. I'm like, holy fuck, 30 fucking years. And then she said, but the main reason is that I wanted to look sexy for my husband. And I was like, hell yeah. She goes, we've been married for 60 years. I was like, oh, wow. She goes, yeah, and he just got Viagra. So I wanted to she goes, I wanted to make him a little bit more excited, She goes, not only will he get Viagra, get to see me, but now he's going to play some nipple piercings as well. I cracked up. I was like, oh my God. And I looked over at this old man who's just like, just barely looking like he's clinging on to life. And I said, well, hey, she goes, yeah, I just want to excite him. I said, well, hey, don't excite the guy too much, right? You might not make it. And he looked up, he's like, hey, boy, don't worry about it. I'll die happy. And I was like, dude, I want to be you when I'm your age. I love it. And, to this day, it's one of the greatest moments I think in my career is actually that older lady and that dude looking up at me being like, I'll die happy, kid. And I'm like, wow, I'm going to be him when I'm old, That's what I hope anyway. All right. Hey, I never expected to make it this far, so I'm already old enough. But yeah, you see, so sometimes it isn't always some like freaky shit or some crazy people shitting on themselves or, my own tongue piercing or anything like that. Sometimes it's just some fucking funny ass, cool, heartwarming, uplifting ass shit. And that's one of the good things about my work is you get to facilitate something for some folks that, they may have been thinking a lot longer than you've been alive, possibly longer than your parents have been alive. So that's mine for today. Chapter 11, 12. Well, I don't know which one I'm going to go to next. I'll probably jump back and forth. We got to get back up towards the top of the chapters and the top of the book as well. So we'll get there here soon enough. But all right. Just want everybody to say, I hope that everybody's great out there and you're having a far better day than any of us possibly deserve. That's the key in life. To hopefully have a better day than you deserve. At least that's what I hope for anyway, because I probably deserve shite. So if I get somewhere in between, hey, more power to it, okay? Until then, as they say in Canada, which is our mortal enemy in America, right? Peace out, eh? All right, everybody. Deuces. Have an absolutely wonderful, blessed day. Bye.